What's up YouTube? My name is Mole19 bringing Pokemon X and Y narrative Wi-Fi battle. This is a pretty good OU match, and look at my opponent's team. Looks like he will probably end up Mega Evolving Manectric because Scizor regular form, of course, is pretty much a little bit more useful than regular Manectric. So I'm just assuming that he's going to be using Mega Manectric. Other than that, Quagsire, always annoying. Noivern, I don't really usually see that much in OU anymore. But it is interesting, so we'll have to get into the match. Anyways, I end up leading out with my Darmanitan. He's going to go with his Noivern. I actually just decided to go for the Stone Edge right off the bat, just in case like anything happened, like if he decided to stay in for whatever reason, just to get him out of the way. Didn't happen, and now I'm going to end up going into my Breloom, who's going to take a little bit from a Waterfall, but it's not like terrible damage. So I'm going to go for the Spore here, just so that way I can put him asleep for right now, and he's going to be a sound asleep, which is going to be very nice. He's now going to end up switching out though, and he's going to go into his Goodra, and his Goodra can actually take hits for me pretty well. I just decided to go right off the bat for the Bullet Seed. Probably not the best idea. Looking at that damage, it looks like Mach Punch is probably not going to be able to knock him out. So I end up switching out, going into my Ferrothorn here. What he's going to do, he's going to go for the Ice Beam, and he's actually going to go for the Ice Beam again. I just decided to go into this thing because it's my specially defensive wall. You know, maybe set up some spikes, maybe, you know, get off the leech sheet, whatnot, just try and stall this thing out a little bit. So he's going to end up bringing in his Scizor. I'm going to decide to go for the spikes again. Actually, I think this is the first time. And then he's going to go for a knockoff, which does a pretty good amount of damage, but it's not terrible damage. So I'm going to decide to go for the leech sheet here, so that way, again, I can just get HP off of him. And he actually ends up going for the U-turn because he's realizing he really can't do much to me at all. Kind of weird set, like obviously he's not Mega Evolving or anything, so it's kind of like an odd set that he's running with Scizor. So I end up switching out, going to my Blastoise. He's going to go for the Air Slash. I was fearing a Flamethrower, which is why I switched out. He's going to switch out too now, and he's going to go into his Goodra. What I wanted to do here was I kind of wanted to just Toxic Stall this thing out. It didn't have much HP left, so I figured, okay, well, I can just get rid of this thing pretty easily. Don't have to worry about it too much. Except he has Thunderbolt, which does a lot of damage, and that is very, 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 very crucial there. So, I don't really have anything else to go into. I'm figuring he's probably going to go for the Dragon Pulse here because that's easily going to be able to knock me out. He does, but the good thing is that he's actually going to die from poison, so I am able to get rid of him. The problem is that he's going to end up bringing in his Noivern, and even though I don't think he has anything to knock me out with, I don't want to risk it, so I end up going into my Ferrothorn here. He actually is not even Choice Specs, like he is, I guess, Expert Belt or something, I don't know. But, unfortunate because I actually could have gone for an HP Ice there and knocked him out because that thing is going to be a huge problem later on. Going to go for the U-turn, and he is actually just going to go with Quagsire. This is actually going to be a pretty good opportunity to set up a Rock Polish here, so that way I can actually go for an Earth Power the next turn. The problem though is that I actually would have been able to do a lot of damage to the rest of this team, possibly sweep it, if he didn't have Noivern. Unfortunately, he does. I'm going to let Breloom die because I still want to save Landorus for later because it can still go for a Rock Polish, still can get a speed boost, still think it's going to be useful later on. Now he's going to end up bringing a Noivern. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Focus Blast because I did not want to overpredict, and I thought it was way too risky. So if I did go for the Shadow Ball, he probably would have been dead after 2 of them, but what are you going to do about it? So, basically, he's able to go for the Dragon Pulse. That's going to knock me out. I am able to bring on my Darmanitan, though, which is going to outspeed. Go for the Flare Blitz. Did not want to risk a Stone Edge miss or Superpower miss or anything like that. Didn't even want to get, like, you know, defense drops or anything. So I end up switching out here because I know he's actually not banded. Figured, okay, well, Landorus should be able to actually take 2 Bullet Punches, and he does, which is really awesome. Ends up bringing in Mamoswine now, and basically he's going to go for the Ice Shard here. That's easily going to be able to knock me out. Don't know why I actually didn't go for another Bullet Punch. I mean, can't hurt to try. But what I'm going to do is actually end up going for Superpower with Mamoswine. I didn't go for Flare Blitz because I didn't want to take the recoil. I thought he was going to go for Ice Shard, and for whatever reason, he didn't. And if I had known he wouldn't have, then I would have gone for the Flare Blitz, because then I would have been able to win, I believe. Because I think if you die to recoil, but you're still able to knock out your opponent, I believe you actually still technically win the match. Nonetheless, it would still be called a tie and all that, but I was figuring, okay, well, if I take Ice Shard damage and I go for Flare Blitz, then I'm going to die, and it's definitely going to be a 1-0, which is why I went for superpower there. Oh well, not that big of a deal. Hopefully all of you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like if you did. See you later. Bye-bye.